A lot of not so flattering headlines recently regarding China's economy, but how exactly do issues there impact us here in Australia? Well, fairly significantly is the answer. And joining me to discuss is Liberal Party Defence and National Security Policy Chair, Lincoln Parker. Lincoln, great to see you.
Hi, Erin.
How resilient are we to issues over there in China?
We are dangerously overcommitted to China as our largest trading partner. So they comprise over 33% or about 33% of all Australia's overseas trade. And within that, about 25% of our manufactured imports, because we don't make anything in Australia anymore, 25% of all of our manufactured imports come from one country, which is China. So that's really important manufactured goods like telecommunications equipment, IT, spare parts. Of course, 90% of our solar panels come from China, windmills, batteries, all of those sorts of things are dominated and controlled by China, and that's where we import them from. So if the Chinese economy continues to crash...
Potentially into a recession.
Or even worse,
Yeah.
Their Country Garden, their largest property developer, is going under. That's after Evergrande has already gone under. There's serious structural flaws and massive debt in China, and if they go into recession or worse or into depression, that's going to have a major effect on Australia's economy.
What about, on average, China invests around $8 million into Australian real estate. That's daily. What impact would that have if that suddenly starts to dry up?
Well, the Chinese, particularly the wealthy Chinese, try and get their money out of China, and they invest it into places like Australian real estate. We understand from real estate experts that they put their money into Australian real estate and don't even rent out the houses or the units or whatever they're buying. So we might see that dry up. And perhaps that's a good thing from a national security perspective.
Shortage as
but
well.
you would probably see the prices of real estate go down also.
What about Xi Jinping and his, desire to take over Taiwan? How does the economy there impact his ability to do so? Because as we know, looking at Russia and Ukraine, particularly at the moment, war is expensive.
War's expensive, but war's also, bad economic conditions are also very dangerous for a dictator like Xi Jinping. So what people probably don't know is that China spends as much money, if not more, on internal security, so securing their own people, stop them from rising up, from facial recognition to security cards, all that sort of stuff, as they do on their own defence, and they spend a lot on defence. So this is something that could push Xi Jinping
to go earlier, potentially.
To go early and invade Taiwan, because it whips up nationalist sentiment. So he controls the media in entirety, and so he can say, the Americans are going to take Taiwan, so we're going to go in and get them before it, or Taiwan's going to secede, or whatever excuse he comes up with, just so that the people don't revolt against a really bad economy.
Now, you have a possible link between the Chinese Communist Party and The Voice. Tell me about your thoughts regarding particularly the use of the word sovereignty.
Yes, well, we understand and we've been told that The Voice is based on the Uluru Statement, that statement that the Prime Minister said he hasn't read, and why should he read it, which is a little scary considering we're trying to change our constitution. So if you do a simple word search within the Uluru Statement, you'll find that the word sovereignty is mentioned 60 times. That's 60 times. And so that gives me pause to think, well, if they're a semi-sovereign kind of, third chamber to our parliament, then what's to stop them from doing foreign policy deals, defence deals? If you get China or any other country coming in with bags of cash to a relatively poor or very poor Aboriginal community, why wouldn't they do it? And so I think that's very dangerous, and it's something that we should be considering.
So you're saying similar to what they've done in the Pacific Islands?
Well, we've seen what China have done to our immediate neighbours in the Solomon Islands. They've gone in with bags of cash, they've done bribery, and they've done things that, frankly, we should be doing in terms of economic aid. And now Solomon Islands has fallen. It's gone. It's completely controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. And I don't think that's something the Australian people want to see happen with The Voice.
There'll be some people watching, maybe not too many on this network, that will think that's utterly ridiculous and fear-mongering. What do you say to that?
Well, tell me where I'm wrong, please. I hope I'm wrong. But the Prime Minister said that The Voice is based on the Uluru Statement, did he not? The one that he said he didn't read. The Uluru Statement is not one page, it's 26 pages. If you, Senator Price has confirmed that. And you can do your own word search.
How many times again?
So it's 60 times.
The word treaty 117 times, funding 11 times, reparation 11 times, invasion 7 times. Gosh, you've got them all there.
Yeah. It's not hard to do.
No. Okay, Lincoln Parker, thank you so much for your time as always. Love
Thanks,
having
Erin.
you on.
Thank you.
you.